What's up? Alex O Crypto here. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to the other gang. What is going on? Getting into the Bitcoin chart, but before we do that, what's up with this? Is this for real? US SEC and rumors confirms Gary Gensler is not resigning, okay? Just so you know, Gary Gensler, we'll turn the sound off here, but Gary Gensler is not leaving us, okay? Just so you know, there's the gains. There's the gains. Oh, here comes the FUD. Here comes the FUD. Even got the skateboard. Oh, bull market. Looks back. Gary Gensler. All right. That's what happens. Gensler's still in the house. Okay, my friends. Gensler is still in the house. Now, over here, we like to practice good risk management and a healthy mindset, but also sometimes we do like to look at moon cycles. Oh my God. I just did it. New moon tomorrow. Look at the moon pump. Okay, we get moon pumps. Now, don't think I'm crazy. Don't just click off this video because there is such a thing as moon pumps. Okay, full moon pumps, new moon dumps. Okay, you can see here. It is for real. Okay, I don't want to just fill you full of it's a what? Mrs. Otter just says it's a full moon. Yeah, I just said it's a full moon. No, we're talking about new moons. New moons mean dumps and full moons mean pumps. So I'm explaining to them that it is a full moon coming up, which means pump. She is correcting me, but that's all right. Mrs. Otter just always keeping me in check, making sure that we do bring you guys accurate information. Now, that is very important. Now, subscribe if you want accurate information. Now, when we look at this, we're getting a brand new moon. Now, it did take a little bit of time for this to play out, and we don't get them all the time. You can see sometimes it doesn't happen, but a lot of the time, we have gotten them. And most recently, we have gotten them. And guess what? We especially get them when we are in bull markets. Look at this one, baby. And if we go all the way back to the push up here, you can see that you get a push up. New moon brought us down, okay? New moon kept us sideways, but inevitably the full moons pumped us up, okay? So we want to be aware of what's going on. And back in the day, people in the stock markets only used astrology in order to predict what was going to happen in the stock market. Look it up. It's pretty interesting stuff. So I'm just bringing that to your attention. So what's going on? We got the weekly candle. Now, what's going on with this weekly candle? Well, you can see that the open and the close open of 30,460, right? And the close of beautiful 30,601, a very, very indecisive doji candle, okay? Very indecisive, which means guess what? Where are we going? Well, it's indecisive, but with a new moon confluence, and you know what? Lots of bullish news. Gary hasn't quit his J job just yet, so we could get a retracement. Let's prepare for that in this upcoming week and what we're looking for now, okay? So let's get rid of this. Let's hide some of these things. Let's go through what we think is a possibility for the Bitcoin price and where we think markets are going to go. Now, I was going to make a video on, on Cardano, on ADA, on Avalanche, on Solana, in case he quit his day job, Gary Gensler, and possible pump for those coins. But right now, we're not saying he's quitting his day job just yet. So we'll get into the Bitcoin price. Make sure to add these bullish targets to your chart. We got 35,600, 41,500, and 50,000 at the very top. If we do break out of this massive, massive level of resistance, which is around 31,000, 200-ish area, I'd say we'd have to flip that. This has been very much a key level of support and resistance throughout the Bitcoin chart, and we're looking to get above it. But if you can see here, we were talking about the video yesterday. That is very, very likely we are looking for some sort of pullback, okay? So when I look at the charts here, I can simply see that we have had a push up, a push down, a pump up, okay? A push up, a push down, a pump up, right? Now we've had a push down, a pump up. We're looking at a little bit of a retracement and then a push back up, okay? Now we're watching this very closely, and for what's coming up, this week. Now, if we go over to here and we check our economic calendar, we can simply see, if we look at the impact here, that we have the FOMC minutes coming in halfway through the week, and we also have important things such as employment rate and non-farm payrolls. Okay, so let's be prepared for what's coming in. We also have manufacturing, which can create some volatility, but we want to be ready for just about anything. Okay, so make sure to prepare, practice good risk management, and let's jump into the daily to prepare you for this open of the beautiful, beautiful Bitcoin price. Now let's go over to ES and check quickly what has the ES done in the open here. And we're looking for it to continue upwards. We were talking about the S&P hitting the 4,500 and then retracing. Right now we're at 4,450. Okay, we're looking to come up a little bit and then get rejected and looking for that retracement. So can we get a little bit of a pump and dump scenario there? Also with the Dixie, there's lots of room to the upside for the Dixie to come up back to this trend line at around 104. So if the Dixie goes up, Bitcoin typically goes down. So let's prepare for possibly a little bit of downwards movement. Not a lot, just a little bit. I'm thinking around 29.5-ish area. You can see that we have very, very key levels of support and resistance here. If we simply pull a beautiful volume tool here across, we can see that we have this massive key level of volume around 29.9, and if we do lose that, look for us to come down and bounce off this 29.2. I would be looking for something like this where we get a swing failure pattern and a bounce up just like we had over here. Okay, yes, this was a very doji candle over here, and it was very, very volatile that day, but we can look for something of the similar making. Okay, we'll be watching that very closely. Now, looking at the daily, it looks like it's trying to curl over, but it's also flattening out, which can mean it can continue upwards. The VWAP is challenging the zero line, and money flow is looking to cross over on the daily. So this is setting us up for a little bit of a push upwards on the daily, and that changes over in about 16 hours. So this is pretty much preparing us for the open. When we go to 12-hour, we can simply see that we're getting a green dot. Now, it hasn't printed yet. We will know this within the next 4 hours, and we'll be expecting some sort of sign. We have had a minor push up just recently after this wick down to 30,000. A minor push up. Okay, so we're going to pull some fibs, and we're going to get you some entry levels just in case we do continue upwards. Now, going over to the 2-hour, 3-hour, 4-hour, let's take a look at the 4-hour. Now, the 4-hour gave us a green dot as pushed up and is looking to curl over, but I'm more interested in the short-term time frame and where we can look for entries. Well, obviously, the main entry here is we're going to look for swing failure pattern, meaning we fail to push above here and get into some sort of bearish divergence on the 12/24 minute chart, where we look to make some sort of bearish divergence up top here with a push up, swing failure pattern, a retest, and then heading back down, which then creates a momentum wave very similar to this, where we get that. Okay, that's what we'll be looking for if we do push up to this area right around $31,000, $31,150. Okay, we'll be looking for that move initially. But where can we look for a possible long? Well, I'm going to simply pull a Fibonacci retracement from here to here, and you can see that this would have worked out perfectly pretty much for this 30,143, but we can also use this as a reference to where we think price is going to go. So we'll take note of this range along the side here. Let's move this back to where it was, where I'm used to it being, and let's pull the volume profile across here, and that lines up perfectly with our volume profile. So we'll be looking for shorts at the top of the range and longs at the bottom here, right around the bottom of $30,000. Okay, so let's wait for that. But like I said, the long-term picture, we're looking for a movement down to around 29,000 on the bigger scheme of things, then a continuation upwards. Now, if we do get a push upwards and we break this resistance, you got the levels, but I look for 33,000 for the first level for us to break, and then 35,000 is my big outlook picture for where we think Bitcoin price is going to go inevitably, and then possibly a retracement of around 30 to 40%, which would bring us back down into this range. Possibly not, but we'll need to prepare for that as it comes and as the data shows itself to us. Right now, we're at a very critical point of resistance where we need to push through it. Otherwise, we're probably going to head a little bit downwards. Okay, you can see it's very good that the bulls have held this level. There is still opportunity for us to knock on the door and push through the 31,000. So stay prepared. Look for those entries, but also practice good risk management, practice a healthy mindset, and remember, you never know what the moon's going to do. So be prepared. Much love. God bless, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.